everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Dayspring Discussions. I'm your host, Sean McGahee, and this is a show where we talk about movies, TV, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books. If you geek out about it, we're going to talk about it. You can find Dayspring Discussions on iTunes, YouTube, Podomatic, and Patreon, and contact Dayspring Discussions on the Facebook group, Twitter account, and dayspringdiscussions@gmail.com. Well, we made it, guys. 2018 is upon us. Happy New Year. Hope you all had a great holiday. I had a very enjoyable Christmas. New Year's was pretty good. Sat around. Lisa and I watched Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2. Had some snacks. Had some booze. All around a good time. And, of course, Christmas was very good with the family. Hope you all enjoyed it, but we're in the new year now. A lot of stuff to be excited about. A lot of good movies coming our way. A lot of new television and returning television hopefully coming our way too. And then also check out the Facebook group because I put up a couple polls. What movie you're most excited for? What brand new TV shows you're most excited for? Go check that out, guys. Now, Lisa and I started our 2018 watching Star Wars The Last Jedi for the third viewing. Last night we went and sat down in the theater. Haven't seen it since opening weekend. That opening weekend we saw it twice. Finally got a chance after all the holiday madness to go back and watch it a third time. Third viewing, I gotta say, still very enjoyable film. Still a lot of good stuff. I'm noticing the nuances in the performances and stuff like that. Dialogue that really, pops. All that stuff. Overall, I said, still enjoy the film. Still like the film quite a bit. The only thing I still have a little problem with is the timing of it all, as far as Rey on the island with Luke coinciding with the chase down with the First Order and the Resistance, and of course Rose and Finn going off to Canto Bight. The timing of all that doesn't quite fit for me. I feel like when it comes to DVD or Blu-ray, I want to do like some kind of supercut where I go straight from the end of Episode 7, Rey meeting Luke, and then just continue on to those scenes in Episode 8. Get a little bit into that storyline. Then when Rey leaves, then cut back to the Resistance First Order stuff. I feel like the timing might work a little better. Maybe flow a little more. Maybe it's just me. You know how I like to do those fan-made edits. I got my Man of Steel edit. I got my prequel edit that I watch. I prefer those over the actual films. But Last Jedi is a good enough film. It stands on its own. Maybe I'll try it. I'll let you know how it goes. But we're not here to talk all about Star Wars, at least not yet, because there's a lot of good stuff coming on the horizon we need to talk about. First off, I did watch the Netflix film Bright. If you haven't seen it, it came out a couple days before Christmas. Stars Joel Edgerton and Will Smith living in a modern-day world where fairies and orcs and all these magical creatures live together. The two of them find a wand. Everyone's after the magical wand. They're trying to protect it. Madness ensues. I was really looking forward to the film. I thought the trailers looked really good. I liked the idea, the concept. The actors were solid. Now, maybe because I watched it a little late and I was kind of tired, but I was a little let down by it. I think it mainly had to do with the fact that Will Smith and Joel Edgerton, both their performances were fine. I thought they were good. But I would think it was their chemistry. They really didn't pop together, might be what it is. And also, taking time every couple of minutes, especially at the beginning of the film, to explain what the world is like, it didn't flow very well. I didn't like it. I didn't like the way they handled that. So, I know they're going to do a Bright 2. They've already announced it. I would be interested in seeing a sequel to expand the world more, especially now that all the rules have been set up. We know what the world is like, so now we can, cut loose a little bit. So with that, I would watch a sequel. This one, again, still not too crazy about, but in any event, I recommend you go check it out on Netflix and get your own opinion of the film, and let's talk about it. Also, going into 2018, I am going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to watch Doctor Who. That's right. The Christmas special was on. I recorded it for my mother-in-law, who's a big Doctor Who fan. Lisa watches Doctor Who, but she's more of a casual fan, She hasn't watched, I think, the last couple seasons of Doctor Who, but she's seen some of the older stuff. My mother-in-law, big Doctor Who fan. I've had her on here several times to talk Doctor Who. And I thought, you know what? I've got it recorded. It's on there. I'm going to watch it. So, I've seen some Doctor Who. Like I said, my house is full of Doctor Who stuff, thanks to other members who live here. I've seen casually. I've never seen a full episode. I've never sat down and watched a full episode of Doctor Who. But I know what it's about. I know, the premise and all that stuff. So, sometime today, hopefully, I'm going to sit down and actually watch Doctor Who. I'm going to report back to you, see what I thought, see if I'm going to continue to watch it, and we'll go from there, guys, okay? But I'm sure some of you are going to be like, no, you can't start this Christmas special. You have to watch all the previous seasons or blah, blah, blah. I'm like, sorry, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to jump in. As I know, there's the new Doctor that's going to appear at the end. If I like it, if I like the writing, if I like the story, whatever, I'll continue to watch it. But I'm going to check it out as an experiment, as a way of trying new things in this new year. I'm going to give it a go. And, of course, I'll report back and let you know what I think. Alright guys, moving on to the actual topics for today. Starting off, we're talking a little Star Wars. John Williams will reportedly be doing the main theme for the upcoming Star Wars spin-off film Solo, A Star Wars Story. Now the film is going to be composed by John Powell. Powell most known for Jason Bourne, the movie Pan, and How to Train Your Dragon 2. But Williams is going to be doing the theme while Powell will be doing the rest of the score. Williams said, quote, "The present plan is that I'm writing a theme for Han Solo, and John Powell is going to write the score, which he'll do brilliantly. He will write all the rest of the themes and all of the other material, which I'm going to be very anxious to hear." The film is set to come out December 25th, 2018. So Williams, of course, doing more Star Wars. I think it's great, but at the same time, I'd rather Williams focus more on the episodes. So with Rogue One, the first spin-off film or anthology film we got from Star Wars, was composed by Michael Giacchino, who I think is hands down becoming one of my favorite composers of music in movies these days. But of course, John Williams, if there's a Mount Rushmore up there, John Williams is up there, hands down. There is John Williams, and everyone else is below him. If John Williams wants to compose every damn movie, that's fine by me. But I would like to, make sure that he keeps his focus on the episode films, the main Star Wars story, I guess you could say. Because Last Jedi, as I said, I saw it last night. Great, 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 great music. You had those little tidbits of old school music, like with Leia and Kylo Ren, that scene. You hear a little bit of Leia's theme. And then when Luke and Leia are there at the end, you hear a little bit of that love theme between her and Han as they kind of reference Han, all that stuff. Great stuff, great composer. I'm all about it. So I feel like I'd rather just see Powell just do this film straight up and Williams not get involved. But, if Williams wants to do a theme, that's fine by me. He's the one who first composed the music for Han Solo way back in the original trilogy. If he wants to add a little touch to it, that's fine. John Williams can do whatever he wants because he's freaking John Williams, okay? Name me a movie score, and 90% of it, you're going to name a John Williams score. I guarantee it. So he can do whatever the hell he wants. Mr. Williams, do whatever you like. Compose Star Wars as long as you can because I don't think you're going to hear anybody complaining about it. Okay, guys, and the other story I got for you today. So fans of the show Arrow might be a little irked off with this next storyline. So Mark Guggenheim was recently at Ace Comic-Con and was talking about the use of Deathstroke in the show Arrow. Now, Manu Bennett has been playing the character for several seasons now. He was the main villain in Season 2, but then went away for a little while. And we didn't see him till Season 5, really. I think there was one episode in Season 3 or 4 it was. And then we saw him at the end of Season 5. And he's been featured in 2 episodes in this Season 6, this current season. Well, Guggenheim was talking about how for a while there they weren't allowed to use Deathstroke in the show via DC Comics, or Warner Brothers, I guess you could say. Then they said, yeah, you can use him. Well, now they're back to saying that they can't use him. So Guggenheim said, quote, "For a time, DC was saying we can't use Deathstroke." And then that changed, and we were able to have Slade Wilson back on the show. Now we're back to you can't use him. These are DC's characters. We're just renting them. We use the characters that they tell us we can use when we can use them. They're working on feature film versions, referencing Deathstroke's surprise appearance at the end of Justice League post-credits scene. Okay, let me start off by saying I'm not a huge Deathstroke fan, like his character in the comics. He's a mercenary, he's badass, I get it. We still don't know how Joe Manganiello's going to play him in the movies, if he even, comes back at this point. For all we know, Warner Brothers is gearing up for a whole reboot, and that might throw everything out the window. And that's kind of what irks me. As I said, I'm not a big Deathstroke fan, but I love the way Manu Bennett has played the character in Arrow. Now, he may not be exactly what the character is in the comics. I get it. Oliver Queen obviously is not who Oliver Queen is in the comics. He's more of a Bruce Wayne than anything. But they're entertaining. It's fun to watch him and Stephen Amell act together in a scene. It's really great. I'm really enjoying him on the series. I wish he was on it more. He's a great rival for Oliver in this series. And they did the same thing with Amanda Waller, too. You had Amanda Waller, who was becoming a dominant character in the show Arrow, but as soon as they decided to use the character in Suicide Squad film, they took her out. Tell me it's a coincidence, I'll tell you you're lying, but that's what happened. So what I'm really getting irked with is the fact that they're taking these great characters out of the TV shows just so they can use them in the movies. Now, if that's the case, why not the Flash? I mean, the Flash is a dominant character in the movie, right? Justice League, you saw it. He was one of the main 5 characters. Obviously, they want to do more stuff with him and Ezra Miller, his own movie, Justice League 2, whatever. But I can see why they didn't take the Flash out of TV, because the Flash is a star of a popular TV show. So take out the minor characters like Deathstroke and Amanda Waller, not a big deal. It's just really... I get that the movies make money. The movies is what it's all about. Warner Brothers, DC, they want to put these characters in movies to the widest possible audience and make the most money off of them. I get it. But when you put Ezra Miller as Barry Allen in that movie, you were telling the audience, to us fans, that the universes have nothing to do with each other, and we can have multiple versions. We can have a big screen version of our characters and a small screen version of our characters. We've got it with Supergirl. Superman is both on the Supergirl TV show, granted not a big part, but also Henry Cavill in the movies. Why didn't they kill off Superman? Because it's Superman, obviously, but also the fact that they don't have him that much in the series. It's just... why do you have to take him out? Why did they say to Guggenheim and the people working on Arrow, you can't use Deathstroke because we want to use him in the movies? I mean, imagine if, they were doing a Game of Thrones movie that is separate from the TV show and be like, yeah, we want to use Jon Snow, so you can no longer put Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. Bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. You're handcuffing something that is really good for the fans, enjoyable TV, just so you can use them in the film, which, by the way, let's be honest, you fucked up the film so far, okay? You're sacrificing good TV so you can put them in a fucked up film. I'm sorry for my language, but we know it's true, okay? You put them in a bad film, okay, and sacrifice good TV. That's just not good business sense to me. I'm sorry, but that's just how I am. I'm sorry. I'm all over the place on this subject. I'm trying to gather my thoughts on it, but really what it comes down to is I'm not happy because they said, yes, we can have 2 Barry Allens, one on TV, one in the movies. But now they're saying, no, we can't have 2 Deathstrokes, one on TV and one in the movies, when the Flash is a much more dominant character and it'll be seen by much more. I don't get it. You're taking away this great character on the TV show that fans love, that works, so you can put them in a possible film that won't work? No wonder Warner Brothers is so screwed up over there, okay? The TV shows, the Arrowverse is phenomenal. Look at Crisis on Earth X. Way better than what the Justice League was, hands down. Ask any DC fan, they'll tell you that 4-part crossover was 4 times better than what we got with the Justice League. Granted, I enjoy Justice League. Okay, I did. But Crisis on Earth X as a fanboy was way better. Just the truth. It just frustrates me, okay? And Amanda Waller, of course, she's dead in Arrow. She was a great character. We can't use her anymore because she's in the movies, you know? It's just crazy. What's his name, too? Not Deathstroke. Bullseye. Played by Will Smith in the movies. Guess what? He disappeared from the Arrowverse. This is just the movie executives meddling with the TV when the TV is doing so much better. That's really, I think, what pisses me off the most, is you're sacrificing your good TV for your bad movies. Sorry, I had to get off my chest, guys, okay? I know it was a little discombobulated there. I know I was kind of all over the place with my thoughts, but it got me a little angry, I know. And I get it, you know, the movies are the main thing. Movies above all else. That's what makes the studio money. That's what the studio wants to focus on. But if you're going to take characters out of a good TV show, or good characters at least in a decent TV show lately with Arrow, and put them in a bad movie, I'm not going to be happy about it. I'm not happy about it at all. So you told us you can have 2 Barry Allens. Why can't we have 2 Deathstrokes? That's all I'm asking. That's all I want the answer for, guys, okay? Okay, that's it. I'm done. I have my little angry rant there at the end. I do apologize. I feel like this wasn't a great show to start off the new year. I do apologize, but just a couple things to get off my chest. I will be back tomorrow. I'm going to watch Doctor Who, guys, so I'll have a couple comments on that. Hopefully have a couple more stories for you as well. But now it's your turn to fire back. Let me know, do you like the fact that John Williams is going to do the theme for the Han Solo film? Did you like the movie Bright? Let me know about that. And of course, are you as fired up or as pissed off as I am about this whole Deathstroke thing? And do you think that the movies are just ruining the TV shows, or at least Warner Brothers is not handling the situations well with multiple characters on multiple platforms? Let me know, guys. DayspringDiscussions@gmail.com. Of course, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram, SlimDayspring12. That's all I got for you today. Go live your lives, people. Go enjoy this new year. Until then, may the Force be with us all.